Hey guys, Carl Cooper with OnTheBlack.com. So, first half of the 2009 baseball season has concluded. We're at the All-Star break now. I don't need to tell you guys, Mets fans, that it has been a disappointing first half of the season, mostly due to injuries and inconsistent play by the guys that have been out there on the field. But instead of focusing on some of the negatives, what I wanted to do here was take a look back at the first half of the season and talk about some of the positives that came out of the first half of the season. So let's take a look. On April 13th, 2009, the Mets opened their brand new ballpark, Citi Field, and even though they lost their home opener, it was good to be in attendance, and I was happy to be there for the first game ever at Citi Field. And for any Mets fans who haven't gone out to Citi Field yet, I highly recommend going. It's a beautiful, beautiful ballpark. Earlier this season, David Wright collected his 500th career RBI, and for this 27-year-old kid who is the face of the New York Mets, that's a great milestone for David Wright to have his 500th RBI so early in his career. And even though his home runs are down and his strikeouts are high, he continues to hit the ball, has a high average this year. So congratulations to David Wright on your 500th RBI. Before Reyes got injured, he had 2 triples and 11 stolen bases. He's already the New York Mets career leader in both categories, and I thought he was on his way to having an outstanding year, at least in those 2 categories. Reyes has shown signs of healing from his hamstring injury, and I look forward to him having a really big second half of the season once he gets back into baseball game playing shape. But Reyes looked really good so far at the beginning of the season before he got injured. Throughout all the injuries that the Mets have had so far this season, this one surprise has been Luis Castillo. I mean, outside of the drop pop-up at Yankee Stadium, Castillo has been pretty solid and steady for the Mets so far this year at second base. He's batting about .278 right now and has played a lot and has played really well. And I have to admit, out of all the injuries that the Mets have had, I thought Castillo would have been one of the guys that would have gone down early in the first half of the season, considering, his history so far here at the Mets. But Luis Castillo really took it upon himself to get in a good playing shape this offseason, and it's paid off for him. He's played well for the Mets this year, and really surprised, and kudos to Castillo for having a good first half of the season. And last but not least is Gary Sheffield, who hit his 500th career home run earlier this season with the Mets. And, I was a big fan and was happy when the Mets signed Sheffield. I know not all Met fans like the signing, but with all the injuries that the Mets have had, think of where they would have been without Sheffield, who, for weeks earlier in the season really helped carry the offense and was a force in the middle of that lineup. Now, granted, he struggled lately. He's had to play more than the Mets would have liked him to play, but it turns out that Gary Sheffield was a good signing by the Mets, and congratulations to him for his 500th career home run that he hit in a Mets uniform. So in looking to the second half of the season, hopefully we'll get some of our guys back from injuries. Maybe we can make a trade or 2 here and really get things going. I still think that the Mets have a chance to win the division and make the playoffs, but we'll love to hear what you guys think about the first half of the season, some of the positives that I pointed out, any that I may have missed that you guys can think of. Talk to you guys soon.